Hi, welcome to Ron DNA. I'm an intuitive guide and I'm about to do the Leo reading today. So we are going to start with the Oracle de Belin and then follow on with the Rider deck. I'm sorry that I've been absent. I've been trying to sort some things out for myself that have been complicated. I'm back now doing weekly and monthly readings, and I hope that you enjoyed. Please do visit my new website, rondna.com, to book any private viewings and or energetic healings, which I'm also doing. And so, in order to start this reading, this is a reading for May 25th until the end of the month, the 31st of May. So for Leo, the sign of Leo, sun, moon, or rising. But let's first connect to our higher selves so that we have the best reading. So it is commanded in the name of golden liquid realms and alchemical powers that we are connected to our higher selves now. You give me permission to connect to your higher selves. Thank you. And it is commanded in the name of the golden liquid realms that this session be infused with golden light and protection, and that we have the best possible intuitive guidance and direction for all that are seeing this in line with their higher selves and in line with my higher self now, Taeja Tadoa. Okay, so as you feel, that's a clearing, it's a quantum clearing. So if you feel any tingling in the left hand, if you've got your left hand out, and you are also following the tingling going through the hand and up your wrist is going quantum. That means that the energy is going quantum. The healing or the action that we have taken to protect this reading has happened. Okay, so we're going to start now with Leo. Let's shuffle these cards a bit. We have right away the card of wisdom has come out. And we want to make sure that, okay, wisdom over a loss of some kind. And there's going to be changes to your situation through health. Now, if this reading doesn't resonate, it's not meant for you. Do trust yourself to know that it does or doesn't. You know, it's really important. Now, you hear me breathing this way because once I start doing energetic clearings, the energy continues to roll over. And so I have to breathe, which is called Kriya Yoga. I do a type of Kriya Yoga that I've been doing for many, many years. And that is how I was taught to do quantum healing. So if you want to learn more, I will be holding a seminar in the near future, and you can sign up for it on my website. All right, so we have here the game of a woman who is, you are receiving news socially, and with a woman, perhaps a woman partner, you are going to act on this news quite extensively or quite fast with a lot of passion. And it's around money and fame and fortune. So we do have a process that's occurring. In other words, you do need to be careful. You need to work through some money issues. There is a kind of renown around money. So perhaps your vocation or your lifestyle is one of, you make money, you're famous, you go online, you're on social media. So the social media will be here. But there seems to be a process that's occurring. So you've had a loss and you need to be wise around this. Perhaps you're having a loss around your health, or there's a problem with your health at the moment, and this needs to change. So you need to take steps to change a routine so that you have a healthier lifestyle, or perhaps a healthier body, or you need to seek treatment somewhere. And you're going to receive, in regards to this, you're going to receive news socially. So someone's going to hear that you have a problem with your health, and they're going to ask you to, they're going to call you and say, look, I know some specialist and this is the best place that you could go for this particular ailment. And your money situation will be in flux, because when our health drops out, if we don't have a lot of reserves in the bank, and you're earning and rolling over that earnings all the time, you need to be careful and make sure that you have enough earnings to go and do your treatment, your medical treatment, and make sure that it works properly. So I'm not going to pick another card on this particular game. I'm going to expand this a little bit to another oracle, the same type of cards, but a different deck. And so Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I know I have not seen you in a long time. It's been, I think, almost 6 months. There's been a lot of meanness around. I'm a Leo rising, so it's been it's been a difficult 6 months for me. But things are now shaping up to be wonderful. You have the sterility and intelligence card. So perhaps there's been a sterility, or you've had to be very intelligent about how you manage yourself, right? In the face of meanness, in the face of people being mean to you, or in the face of situations that perhaps a bank was mean to you, perhaps somebody at your job was mean to you, perhaps socially someone was mean to you, perhaps someone in the family was mean to you. And whenever this happens, we have to manage them and these situations very smartly. In this case, the Oracle of Belin is setting up a theme, and it's saying, we're talking about this subject. And as we dive deeper into the subject, we see the solutions and the possible futures. And it's the potential future. If you don't accept the outcome of what I say, then it's up to you to decide your future for yourself and to make the choices corresponding to that. So there's going to be perhaps a cancellation of a journey. It shows here that there's been a cancellation of a journey, or that something that you've lost has speeded up. So you've suddenly sped up a losing situation. There is a departure here, but it's a death and rebirth departure. So it's really like, I've had enough. I'm ditching this job. I'm ditching this house. I'm ditching this location. I'm ditching this country. I'm going somewhere else. I've had enough. That's it. Bye-bye, And you do that, and you leave this behind for money and wisdom and love, okay? And inheritance. So maybe you're going back to the country of your origin, or you're going to a place that you felt is where your soul is calling you, and that is where you want to be, right? So it could be, let's say you fall in love with the Italian culture, you want to be in Italy. You fell in love with the Thailand culture, you want to be in Thailand. It doesn't matter, it's where your heart is. So you're going where your heart is and where you think you can make money. And that's really, 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 really cool, because it's your dream come true. You want this to happen, right? So I want to pick more cards here. Okay, and so there's a tower moment. But there's a tower moment, but in a way, I think a friend comes to your aid or to your benefit and comes to help you, move forward and make the right choices. And it's kind of like tower. You hear maybe something, or the friend helps you to have a tower moment, and perhaps it offers you something that brings you great stability. And this offer is a sudden thing. It's a friendly thing. It comes from a friend. It brings about change. It brings about discovery. And perhaps you felt betrayed in your job, in your prior job, or in what you were doing, betrayed by the company, betrayed by the people around you. And this discovery, or this discovery of a friend in your court, on your side, helps you enormously to move forward. And you accept whatever it is, you accept you make a union over enemies and despotism and inconsistencies. So so whatever is coming your way, you should accept it, because it's going to bring you out of this kind of betrayal. I think that's important. There's a change. There was a promise made perhaps to you. You did some interviews. And they come back and they offer you something that you can't refuse. And that's really positive, because we need that stepping stone, that change, to make ends meet, to go in the direction we want. But there seems to be a travel and a move of a country on the cards, right? Or the move, definitely moving out, ditching some past situation of work, ditching the past situation of a neighborhood, ditching the past situation, and a brand new beginning to that. So, but it has a lot to do with being betrayed and having enemies at work and not being able to get out of something because you're stuck there until you find the next step, and because you have responsibilities, or you have you're not able to get out of it. But there is money here, huh? There's a contract, there's money, there's love, there's wisdom, and in your wisdom you're going to accept this contract and say, okay, that's it, I've had enough and I'm moving forward. And you're never going to look back, huh? You're going to move forward and not look back. Up. Because of course we see these betrayal cards and we see the enemies cards and we get worried, but that's not the situation is not quite like that. And there are enemies all the time, everywhere. Not everybody loves us all the time. People, the cards may say this is your enemy just simply because you're fighting for the same resource with someone, and you're just the object of their ire. So if they want the same job as you, and you get the job, well, you're their enemy. It's a kind of automatic default in the system. So, but anyway, this is how it's going to work. By facing your fears and waiting for the right opportunities to show up, and the right opportunity is showing up. Again, via a woman, through friendship with a woman. Now, in the past, there was a man in your game as well who offered you something, but this is a bit different. And, okay. Well, I see here that, no, you have great honors here and peace, right? So the conflict, whatever you've been through, is coming to an end. It's at an end, and Saturn today went into Aries, and for me, that's a big change, especially for Leos. And for every sign, because it completely changes. It was squaring my sun sign, and now it's trining it, so that's going to change the way the whole and it's also going from, I think, the 8th and 9th house in my chart. So in that point, then it's in a house that was malefic to me, and now it's in a house of positivity, and that will change the whole feeling of life and the movement forward. So if you have similar planets, go and listen to some great astrologers like Laurie Lothian, or the Aquarian Diaries, great one. And they all have some great takes on these transitions, and these transitions are super important. And there's huge amount of transitions in May and June. Which is one of the reasons why I've started reading again in energy healing. So here we have, again, the money situation. There's a death and rebirth in the money situation. There's love, there's peace, there's luck, and there's a lot of work. But there's a lot of money coming to you in your wisdom, but your passion is going to reawaken or rebirth you. So whatever it is that you do, your passion will make it get even better. And that you will feel like you're being supported by the universe. Oh, okay. So look, we've got réussite, la renommée, peace, and honors. I mean, these are very positive cards. Death and rebirth in your work, obviously, and around your money. But then you have success, fame, peace, and fortune, and honors. And so that will give you everything that you want, and probably the end of strife, the end of negativity, and the end of feeling like you're left out in the cold, like you're betrayed, like you're not able to find the solution to your problems. That is really the stagnation will end. The flow moving, it's not just going to move forward, it's going to move forward in a positive way. You may have to accept the only offer you receive in order to make it shift, but this is saying that you should. And it's a good idea, to accept what's coming. Okay, let's do the Rider deck. Okay, so we have a Tower moment that came out, and the Page of Wands, indicating the beginning of a new situation. So perhaps your offer is putting you in charge of something, to build something. Here it shows that you need a rest before starting, right? So before you do something else, you should have a rest and perhaps some time off. If you can have some gardening leave before moving forward, it's super important. Okay, so you've got, you've got some very positive cards. You got the Lovers. Yes, you have the Tower, the Page of Wands, and the Four of Swords. But then on the cross, and this is the cut, on the cards that have fallen off. That's this line here. On the cross, on the Celtic cross, you have the Lovers, the Ace of Wands, the Chariot, which is a major arcana. The Lovers are a major arcana, and the Ten of Wands. So the end of struggle. Let's lay them all out so that we have everything laid out correctly. Okay, so the Page of Wands, the Seven of Bastone, the Two of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. So these are action cards, the last two, and it seems to me like you've already taken actions, but you're going to take more actions for the future, and these actions are going to help you move forward in your life. So in regards to rest and relaxation, so you could be suddenly blowing out of a job or receiving an offer for a new job, and it puts you in a very good position. However, it's a very egocentric position because you're a leader and you have to be very careful how you lead and manage people, right? So here you're going to take a rest first. You're going to take a rest and perhaps go on vacation. It's June next week. So this is a moment for, in the Western Hemisphere anyway, or the Northern Hemisphere, I should say. It's holiday times are coming. There is a kind of, the Lovers are, is in the past position. So, or up to now, this is what's happened. Perhaps you have wanted a union, whether it's in work and business or in personal affairs, and you have found it, or you are about to find it. And this union will be very beneficial and balanced, very positive, a match made in heaven. And perhaps it's a soulmate. It could be, right? And the soulmate could be suddenly coming and you don't want to work anymore. So it's a good time to take a vacation because this is not the moment for work. However, work is on your mind because you're going to go and take charge of a situation, perhaps that you need to finish out. With the Tower, something is broken, but it just scatters everywhere. And yes, people are thrown away, but they walk away at the end of the day, alive, I should say, but they have sometimes to clean up stuff behind them before they leave, and that's the problem. So perhaps you have to take charge of a situation, take charge of your future by, making decisions, business decisions, driving forward a business, deciding that this is the way it's going to go, creating a business plan, asking your investors or whatever. And perhaps it's also in your personal relationships. You could ask the other person to marry you. You could, get on bended knees and say, "Will you come and move in with me?" Which is almost like marriage. You could say, "Come on vacation with me." you know, this is the moment, and this is a brand new beginning. Then suddenly there's a brand new beginning, and it could be in love, and it could be in work. But it sounds to me like it's the end, or it looks to me like it's the end of your struggles, because it's the 10 of bastoni. So there's a beginning and the end at the same time. Sometimes they overlap, and this may be the case. Your work until now has been really like up and down, dark and light, and then light again. Light and then dark and then light again. And it looks like there's a choice to make, and unfortunately, you can't see what that choice is. In terms of, you can't see what will happen if you make the choice that you're thinking of taking. And this choice may be a completely different line of work. It could be something that you've never done before, and that you don't know how it's going to pan out, and should you take that risk, and that you have enough responsibilities at your age to actually do something else that you don't know what it's going to be like. But there is a choice that has to be made, and it looks like you're going to go in fighting hard. So whatever choice you make, you're going to go, okay, I make this choice, but I'm going to bulldoze this one. I'm bulldozing through to making my choice occur, to choose the right choice, and that leads you to the Page of Swords. So someone who is in control has the ability to control their environment, control their situation, and make sure that they're in complete control of everything. But they're at the beginning phase of that control. So they own their own business, they own their own house, they're getting married with their spouse, or they're both together on the same page. They open a communal bank account. This indicates that it's more you who is in charge of whatever relationship it is, whether it's personal or business. It's like, I'm in charge. And that's good, right? That's where you want to be. Leos shine, and they are kings and queens, and that's the situation. So that's very positive. If I choose a bonus card, just to make sure, the King of Swords. So, you start out as the page, but you end with the King of Swords. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. It's you who is in charge of the situation. The King of Swords takes no prisoners, takes no BS from anyone, doesn't allow anyone anything they don't want to give them to. That's it. No. The word no is associated with the King of Swords. So, no, I don't want to give you this, you won't have that, and you do what I tell you, and I'm in charge, and here's my sword to prove it. And this could basically be you elevating to a position of quite high regard, quite high reputation, quite high power in terms of decision-making processes, ability to, make or break, life or death kind of thing for employees. And I'm sorry I talk in black and white, but the tarot sometimes is a lot of black and white, so as you can see from the cards. And, but in your work will be revered. So your reputation is intact. In fact, it's growing, it's expanding. Whatever happened, perhaps if there was a tower moment where you lost something and perhaps your social status changed, like you lost a job, or you lost a marriage, or you lost something. The taxes came down on you and you lost money, or you thought you did, or whatever it is. And then that you're recovering from that right away. Yeah, you're recovering from it. It's going to be fine. You come back stronger than you were before the tower moment. So sometimes that is also what happens. The esoteric here is that the tower moment is there to help you shift the stuff that is no longer keeping you moving, and you are stagnant. Therefore, you need a tower moment in order to step to the next level, move to the next stage, shift the stagnation so that you can open the next door in your journey, and grow from it, and allow yourself to become whom you're supposed to become. Okay, so this is very positive. I will do another draw for Leos, just because you have not seen me in a long time. But if this rings true and you're getting a new job or a new relationship or you're moving country, because I saw a country move in there earlier, or you're moving location, relocating to a different house, different city, different neighborhood, whatever it is, do drop a comment and let me know what's going on in your situation. I do appreciate your comments, your likes. I appreciate your subscriptions. It does help the channel grow. I am not monetizing this channel yet, but it will come eventually. And I really appreciate all your help and support. It really does mean a lot to me, and it's a calling that I'm happy to to give back to my audience. So, okay. So on the cut we have the Empress. So a woman is here again, and the Five of Pentacles. Now, this is kind of counterintuitive, but excuse me. The counterintuition is that the Empress has everything that she could possibly want. She's at ease. She owns everything that she can see, right? And she is living in perpetual summer, surrounded by fruits of summertime fruits, and she's at ease, and she's just looking over her domain and easing. And on the other card, on the other side, we have the Five of Pentacles, which is the card of complete abandonment, not having enough resources, lack. The three. It's like that's exactly what it is. And here we have the Chariot again, and we have the Chariot and the Knight of Swords. So I'm doing a 4-card draw. So it seems to me that you are someone who the needle of abundance and lack seems to go back and forth in you. And you need to take action in order to have this dichotomy or duality wiped off your consciousness radar, in order to become whom you want to become, which is someone stable and always manifesting enough income, always manifesting enough love, always manifesting the right coincidental, synchronistic connections, situations, and things, and repelling from you all darkness, negative situations, people, places, and things that would intrude upon your world. You are the magic circle of protection of your world. And so therefore you must become the Empress in order to stave away the Five of Pentacles, the lack and limitation of the Five of Pentacles. But there is a silver lining to the Five of Pentacles. And especially when you look at the work and career section in the books, and that says that you will receive a new offer, and you will receive the answer to your prayers, to your financial problems, and it's about to arrive. So it could be that an Empress of some type offers you something, and that you take that offer and you take control and you move forward at the very, very fast. I mean, like super fast. Like, you see the Knight of Swords is charging as fast as possible towards the goal of his campaign. And that could mean, that someone gives you an offer, gives you a contract, and says, run for this money. Okay, well then you run. It could be that the Empress offers you a position of stability and you must run for it. Well, then do that. If it's and here we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, the Nine of Cups again, and the Two of Swords again. Okay, so that's, when we see repetition in cards, it's just like, okay, well, we're trying to tell you that your higher power is trying to tell you a certain message. That message is very, very clear. And the clarity is that a very powerful woman, right, or female persona, motherly persona, someone in charge, someone who knows what they want, who knows how to do things, and who knows how to manage money, is going to make you an offer, okay? An offer that you cannot refuse. And this offer is going to allow you to choose your way forward in your life. It's going to allow you to choose perhaps a new vocation, and it's definitely going to be a choice. Again, the choice that you cannot see. But it looks to me like every time I see the end is it's a sword, and that means a conflict of some kind. So justice is here, and perhaps there needs to be a lawsuit or a legal battle or a legal question being answered in regards to your previous employment or whatever's happened to you, right? So perhaps you've lost money due to somebody not paying you. That's possible. And then an empress arrives and says, you know, I want you to get paid, so you should go after them. And then you take charge, and that gives you the impetus. It gives you the drive to take, you know, to ask for help, or to ask a lawyer to go and take a look at what this problem is. And you do that, and it offers you this possibility of other choices. It's like you open the door because of that. It's like you're no longer stagnant because you make the choice to protect yourself. You know, when we're victims, we and I say this because I'm one as well. You know, we sit there and we like, poor little me, right? I just go, oh, poor me. Oh, everyone hates me. Everyone is victimizing me. Everybody is ragging on me. No one is helping me. And you're stagnating on that. You don't move from there. You don't change anything because you're in your poor little me drama, or I'm in my poor little me drama, and that's you know, that keeps me stagnant and not able to move forward. So there needs to be a choice that is made at one point that says, you know, I'm going to move forward no matter what. I'm going to choose to take care of myself no matter what. I'm going to choose to protect myself no matter what. And no matter what happens, this person is going to answer for their problems against me. I am talking about the 3D, but sometimes you victimize yourself. You know, just you're just victimizing yourself for no reason because you've learned to be victim. So in this case, it's an exterior situation. You have a justice card. Justice is going to come, and justice is going to wield her balance, and the sword is super sharp. So whatever it says, it will, you know, and here we go again, the Queen of Swords. So this is, you know, it's about conflict, and it's about you taking your power back from the situation, right? And we started with the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Empress, and we end with Justice and the Queen of Swords. So there is a kind of progression here where, you know, you would like to be in this summertime of your life forever, but it doesn't work. Like, the seasons are moving in our lives, and they go from spring to summer, summer to autumn, autumn to winter, and then back to spring and starts again. And so there is a progression here to the perhaps winter of your life, but that's natural. It's part of the natural process of life, and there will be another spring after this, and it looks like it needs to this needs to happen for spring to occur. And if this does not happen, then perhaps spring will never come back. You know, and that is possible, and because we're not natural planet like the Earth. We're humans, and we choose to stay in our stagnation and choose to stay in our victimhood and not move forward. So this is not saying that. This is saying that you are taking the step to take control of your life and to make the steps and the actions that you require in order to receive justice that you require. And so that's very, very positive. And in fact, I just took another card, and here we go again. You know, the King of Swords. So perhaps it's a power couple as well that are listening to this, a man and a woman who are together, and they need to get together, or perhaps it's a partner at work, or perhaps whatever it is. These cards are, you know, they broker no fear, and they are in control of their environment, and they decide what's next. And you know, it can feel negative. I mean, if you were looking for butterflies and teddy bears, I'm sorry, this is not one of those games. This is a game of I'm moving forward, and I'm choosing to move forward in this way, and I'm choosing the way that it's going to go, and I'll be damned if I allow anyone to stop me this time. Right? It's about that as well. It's like, will anyone stop you this time? Because I'm sure that you've taken actions like all of us, and then had your forward momentum stopped. So, okay, I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate this game, and thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to close out by closing our link, And so if you hold out your hands, you'll feel me closing the session out like this. So just hold it on top of a table. For example, I'm on top of the table. You can see the table right there. And it is commanded. Breathe in. It is commanded in the name of the Golden Liquid Realms that this session is cleared of all karmic and chakric blocks, that all personas are cleared, and that everyone watching and that is part of this session close out this session in the best way possible for him and her, and in line with their higher selves. Now, Taya Jantadoa. I salute you from my Christos Avatar self to your Christos Avatar self. Feel the quantum energy going. And please come back next week for the next video. I appreciate you. Have a great day.